Missing Persons Archives, a channel dedicated to sharing real stories of those who vanished without a trace. Here, we explore the facts, the timelines, the investigations, and the unanswered questions behind each disappearance. These are more than cases. They are people, and every story deserves to be told. Subscribe and join us as we shine a light on the missing. Tonight, we unravel the chilling disappearances of 3 young babysitters who vanished without a trace. Heather Kullorn, Lori Jean Lloyd, and Margaret Ellen Fox had their lives disrupted in ways both haunting and mysterious. Was it a trusted face, a random act, or a secret buried too deep? Join us as we explore the unnerving details, the unanswered questions, and the fight to uncover the truth. First, let's explore the disappearance of Heather Kullorn. On July 15, 1999, 12-year-old Heather Kullorn disappeared while babysitting a 2-month-old baby for family friends Dana Madden and Christopher Herbert in Richmond Heights, Missouri. She had been staying with them for about a week. That night, Dana was at work and Christopher was reportedly out. Around 5 a.m., police were called to the apartment on Yale Avenue after neighbors heard the baby crying. Heather was gone. A floral-patterned white blanket was also missing. A neighbor reported seeing a man carrying a child wrapped in a blanket out of the apartment around 2 a.m. A small amount of blood, later confirmed to be Heather's, was found inside. Police believed she knew her abductor and suspected that her disappearance was not a random crime. The investigation eventually focused on a methamphetamine ring. Evidence of drug manufacturing was found in the apartment. Authorities theorized that Heather may have seen something incriminating and was silenced as a result. A suspect was identified, but never named publicly. Heather's mother, Christine Kullorn, remained an active participant in the investigation and even confronted Erica Madden publicly, leading to her arrest for harassment. Erica had an alibi, but Christopher gave inconsistent stories. Heather required daily insulin injections for her diabetes and could not survive long without medical assistance. She was 4 foot 10 inches tall, 87 pounds, with brown hair and hazel eyes, a birthmark on her inner right thigh, multiple ear piercings, and had shaved her eyebrows shortly before her disappearance. She was last seen wearing green plaid shorts and a blue cutoff t-shirt with an emblem. She would be 37 years old today. Anyone with information should contact the Richmond Heights Police Department at 314-645-3000. Next, let's explore the disappearance of Lori Jean Lloyd. On the evening of February 11, 1976, 14-year-old Lori Jean Lloyd was babysitting her 2-year-old nephew alongside a friend in Kettering, Ohio. Her mother, Anita, dropped off a pizza for the kids and noted that everything seemed normal. Lori gave no indication that anything was wrong. When Anita returned around midnight, she found Lori's friend and the toddler asleep, but Lori was gone. Her friend told Anita that Lori had left earlier that night to walk to a 7-Eleven store a few blocks away at 3613 Wilmington Pike to buy cigarettes, but never returned. A backpack belonging to Lori had disappeared, but her purse, Bible, and private phone book remained behind in her room. Surveillance and witness accounts failed to confirm that Lori ever made it to the 7-Eleven. Her debit card was unused. Though Lori had a history of running away and had once attempted suicide, her sister Joni Spencer insisted she was not the type to disappear without a trace. Lori had always gone to a friend's house and made contact when she ran away before. Unfortunately, The police initially treated Lori's case as a runaway situation and didn't launch an urgent investigation. News outlets refused to cover her disappearance, assuming she would turn up. A letter from the Dayton Daily News received by Johnny 9 months later reflected this sentiment. Lori's family eventually got a tip from a 1980 documentary called Angel of Death about PCP addiction. In the background of one scene filmed in Santa Monica, California, a girl resembling Lori appeared. This prompted a search by Lori's family in California, including outreach to the filmmakers. The girl in the footage was never identified, and despite extensive searching, Lori was never found. Her family held a memorial in 1999 and again marked what would have been her 50th birthday in 2012. Her mother submitted DNA for comparison to unidentified remains, but no match has been found. The Kettering Police Department admits that the case file is slim due to early misclassification. Lori was last seen wearing jeans, a sweater, possibly a t-shirt and jacket. She is a white female, 5 feet to 5 feet 3 inches tall, 102 pounds, with brown hair and eyes, pierced ears, freckles across her nose, a gap between her front teeth, and possible scarring on her wrists. Anyone with information should contact the Kettering Police Department at 937-296-2555. Lastly, we will explore the disappearance of Margaret Ellen Fox. 14-year-old Margaret Ellen Fox vanished on June 24, 1974, after traveling to Mount Holly, New Jersey, for a babysitting job interview with a man who called himself John Marshall. She had connected with him after placing an ad in a local paper. After several postponements, they agreed to meet near High and West Broad Streets. Margaret's younger sister accompanied her to the bus stop and watched her board. Witnesses later saw Margaret near Mills and High Streets, but she was never seen again. Later that day, Margaret's family received a chilling ransom call demanding $10,000. The caller said, "$10,000 might be a lot of bread, but your daughter's life is the buttered topping." The call was traced to a payphone, and the caller was never identified. Other families came forward with reports that a man had approached their daughters with suspicious job offers. A 1976 confession to her disappearance turned out to be a hoax. Margaret was described as a music and horseback riding enthusiast and had recently graduated from St. Paul's Grammar School. At the time of her disappearance, Margaret was between 5 feet 2 inches and 5 feet 3 inches and weighed approximately 105 pounds. She wore a light blue floral blouse, maroon flared jeans with a yellow patch, sandals, and a charm bracelet with a blue stone. She had eyeglasses with hexagonal lenses, missing front teeth, and carried a brown bag with a Huckleberry Hound eyeglass case. Her suspected abductor may have driven a red Volkswagen. Margaret is classified as a non-family abduction. Anyone with information should contact the Burlington City Police Department at 609-386-3300. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Missing Persons Archives. If you found this story important, please like, share, and subscribe to help keep these cases in the public eye. Someone out there knows something, and sometimes all it takes is one person to come forward. Until next time, stay safe, stay aware, and never forget the missing.